same thing here. And there we go, looking good. And then, let's see, we've got that there. Let's go ahead and bridge from here to here and there. And then I'm just going to pull these vertices down. And so what you want to do is you want to try to create polygons that are similar in size. Okay, we don't want really long, thin polygons. We want them to be... In this lesson, we're going to start building out the cheek of our character. All right, so let's go ahead and start redistributing some of the vertices here in the face. Right now I have the Polydraw Extend tool turned on, so I'm going to hold down Control, Shift, and Alt, and I'm going to pull this up here. And we're just going to start kind of evening out some of these polygons that are across the cheek here. And pull this across. Now, one thing that I notice is that this polygon is starting to get a little stretched, and that can create some problems in the deformation of our character's face. So if we decide that we want to do some facial animation with this character, we're going to get some really weird stretching, and that's not going to look all that great. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use Swift Loop, and I'm going to cut right across the middle of that. That'll help out with that deformation. So let's hold Control, right click, and use Swift Loop. Hold down Shift and hover right over the center, right across those rings, and left click. Okay, and that's going to center up that line, but there's also going to pull that out and normalize the curvature of the face there. Now let's hold down Control, right click, and let's go to Polydraw Extend. Hold Control, Alt, Shift, and left click on those vertices and just kind of snap those a little bit closer to the face. I think we were pretty close to begin with, but we just want to make sure that we've got that right. Okay. Now as we start to pull these around and trying to separate these polygons and give them a little bit more purpose by helping them add to the shape of the face, we want to start thinking about how to spread these out a little bit more, giving them more surface area to work. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hold down Control, and I'm going to delete those two polygons there. And then I'm going to hold down Alt Control. I'm going to left click from this edge to this one and bridge that. And then hold Shift Control Alt with the Extend tool still active. And I'm going to pull these points to the bottom of the chin. And I'm going to take these and pull them right about here on the chin. And that allows me to spread these polygons out here across the face, and then just giving them a little bit more surface area to work, giving them more purpose. Okay, that they actually have a role in deforming the face whenever we start with maybe something like facial animation or something. I'm going to pull these down a little bit closer, just evening this out, creating some nice loops around the face here. And just start evening these out a little bit more, making sure that our topology looks good. Okay. All right, so we're looking good there. Now what I want to do is I want to hold down Alt, and I'm going to drag this out, and I'm going to start to create these polygons that are going to follow right along the chin here. So I'm going to make sure I get all of these. It's going to go from here to there. And then I'm going to go ahead and hold down Shift and drag that out, and then Control Alt, and then bridge that across. So we should get something that looks kind of like this. Very good. All right, so now let's hold down Alt. Let's drag this out, and we're going to hold Control Alt, pull that across there, and bridge that. For the cheekbone, hold Shift. Actually, let's hold down Alt and drag this out to here. And then got a couple of issues right here. Let's hold Control Alt. Let's bridge that in there. This is creating the cheek. Okay. Trying to think about how I want these polygons to come into one another. And there are a couple of issues that I see right now. Let's see. We may have to add one more loop into that to allow this to go across. Let's do this. Let's hold down Alt. Let's drag that to here, and then Control-Alt. So to create this loop, okay, going across there, and then Control-Alt here to here. So that creates this loop that comes around the side of the head, down the face. The cheekbones, the cheek fills in with quads that are nice and neat. A couple of things that concern me though, however.